Hi, friends. It's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to take a look at the absolutely incredible, shocking American political speech in the film Captain America Brave New World. So, we're going to talk about American politics. We're going to talk about Captain America Brave New World. Spoilers for that movie in this content. And the absolutely astonishing ramifications of this film. So, one, if you're wondering, Hollywood is in the business of making U.S. policy, U.S. taxes, and U.S. laws. They are all up, like, and this isn't like debatable anymore. President Biden went to see George Clooney, and George Clooney handed him a check for like $30 million from a charity event he hosted for him, and George Clooney was a little concerned with like how President Biden was able to communicate or not communicate. And in my humble opinion, 3 weeks later, I think him and Pelosi literally ended Biden. They just cut him off, like, you're not running, and put in Kamala Harris. It's astounding. Like, uh, Hollywood is all up in American politics, right? It's like Hollywood is highly invested in American politics, and in my humble opinion, absolutely is in the business of making U.S. policy, U.S. taxes, and U.S. laws. You could pick U.S. laws, and it'd be like, yeah, Hollywood's 100. Hollywood has been working on that for 20 years, and that's how that got there. Like, you could just go right down, like, checkbox, right? There's just clearly laws that were crafted and implemented by Hollywood. Right now, they use the lever of the U.S. government, but they're pulling the levers, right? So Disney literally is in, like, you know they're in a virtual war with the U.S. government. First it was with Florida's, literally from it goes from as low as the as low as their literal proximity, like in Florida, all the way up to the U.S. president, right? And they've and U.S. presidential candidates. Disney is constantly in a virtual war against the U.S. government, right? I think the best way to understand Captain America: Brave New World is Anthony Mackie partnered with Disney to extend that virtual war to any American who is not a blue, Democrat blue blood American. If you're not a pure, deep, like, unmitigated Democrat, Disney's at virtual war with you. And so, how far does that extend? It is shocking how far that extends. So, first of all, I think there's massive political speech in Captain America, uh, Brave New World. It doesn't really function as a fiction story at all. You're like, wait a second, Scott, it's just a fiction story. Nope, Disney explained to us it's absolutely not just a fiction story. They sent Harrison Ford out on the trail, and he said the following. He said, "The Marvel universe is as real as the one we live in. There is no potential in disdating the reality of fiction." He specifically conflated reality and fiction for this film, saying you should read this film as reality, in my opinion. That's astounding, right? So I think it's actually saying it's 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 actually giving direction to certain people, okay? In my humble opinion. So what is the movie saying? Okay, let's walk it through. So, first of all, President Ross in the film is clearly President Trump. It's an analog for President Trump, okay? He's exactly the same age. He's in his 80s. Uh, Harrison Ford is in his 80s. And Donald Trump is in his 80s. And he has the same haircut. He looks physically the same, right? And he's aggressive and conservative. He's a complete analog for Trump, okay? Then in the film, there it goes further, right? So first of all, Captain America is very carefully dressed in blue to represent the Democrats. President Ross turns into the red Hulk. The Republicans are red. Okay? They represent President Ross in the film as an out of control red monster. What are, go to Pod Save America. What are they saying about Trump? He's out of control. He's red. He's a monster. Okay? The analogs are shocking. Like, Ross is Trump. Okay? In the film, I think there's a direct political message to President Trump's literal Secret Service. Okay? Now, first of all, if you think, oh, by the way, if you don't think the analogs are strong enough, there's literally a assassination attempt against Ross. So he's a president who's had assassination attempts against him, just like Donald Trump. The analogs are so shocking, so clear, and so frequent, there's no way to miss it, right, in my humble opinion. All right, so what is the message of the film, in my humble opinion? I think Disney went so far to say to President Donald Trump's own Secret Service agent, if you believe that President Trump is out of control, red, and a monster, you should shoot him. And they literally show all of the president's Secret Service in this film shooting the president. Not a joke. It's right in the film. What? Like that is astounding. That is astounding. Now, is this unacceptable? No, this is the freedom we enjoy in America. Like, this is why America is land of the free, home of the brave, right? Like, you could literally take your animosity toward the president this far. That's an incredible testament to American freedom, but it is also an absolutely unbelievable, shocking statement of political speech on the part of Disney, in my humble opinion. Every single word you heard in this video is my humble opinion. Absolutely nothing more, absolutely nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.